It's tough being the
Welcome
camera guy.
to the RnBe.
Yeah.
I had to figure out where my camera was. It's not over
This
here.
is
It's
the
over here.
RnBe.
Okay, glasses are coming off. Please
This is
don't
the
be...
Rob and Benny experiment.
Yes, it is. It is the Rob and Benny
Experiment. And then just like the original Batman, no, Batman. And then at the very ending, before the credits roll, Gary comes riding in the Batgirl outfit on the motorcycle. I thought,
and Gary.
This is what I've always wanted. Yeah.
Oh man.
Just for the record, guys, we are considering buying Gary a Batgirl costume that he can wear full time. Classic 1960s, so the purple with the sequences.
We're gonna make him wear it.
I don't think he's joking, actually.
No,
I think he's
not
serious.
joking.
I think he's serious, yeah.
We had this meeting over sushi like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have
Great.
an official Gary costume.
Yeah.
Batgirl costume.
Batgirl Gary.
Batgirl costume.
Bat Gary.
Gary
Bat
girl.
Gary.
It's
Gary
gonna be
Bat.
Girl is what
Gary
it's
Girl.
Gary
I
Girl.
like it.
Oh,
Gary
okay.
Girl.
There we go. Back to the
GG,
whole.
bro.
Yeah.
Hashtag Gary Facts.
Yeah, Gary facts.
He moonlights as Gary Girl.
Yes, he does.
It's true.
Hey,
It's true.
yo.
Your wife must love the
Yeah.
Gary Facts. Have you shown her the Gary Facts?
Oh, she's read some of them. Yeah,
Oh, really?
she loves. Oh, yeah, she loves them. She's very entertained by them. Yes.
Gary facts.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's become a thing. Have you not read the
Yeah, oh
comments?
yeah, I've read the comments.
It's the
yeah.
Gary Facts.
Yeah, people just start
Yeah.
dumping Gary facts all the time. Yeah,
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
yeah it's amazing.
All right, so today's topic is something very simple. With the conclusion of DC Metal coming up very soon, and Batman seemingly dead and gone, yet he's old and in the dream and
I kind of like him as like old shriveled Batman.
old shriv. He's
Old
like
man.
a raisin.
I was just gonna say Raisin Batman.
Raisin Batman.
Raisin,
Yeah.
the California Raisins featuring Batman.
Raisin Batman.
I heard it through the dark multiverse.
Anyway, with
good.
DC Metal coming to its conclusion very soon, Rob and I were talking. How could DC get rid of Batman? And if they did so, what would happen? The geese agree outside.
The geese
Yeah,
agree.
which you can't hear.
You can't hear them, but Dylan,
Yeah.
fix that. I want to have sound effects of geese coming across the screen and geese is flying, and
Yeah.
I want them to bump into Rob's head.
Canadian geese.
Rob,
No, don't have
hold on.
Yes.
React as if you just got hit by a goose flying by now.
Oh man.
Oh, there goes the hat.
no.
Those geese. It's crazy, man. They came out of
They-
nowhere.
They hate the top hat.
They hate the top
They're
hat.
somehow
Yeah.
in the basement recording studio.
Yeah, those Canadian geese, man. They're mean, dude. Knocking over hats.
They didn't even apologize when they hit your hat.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not very Canadian. of them.
Where did they? Yeah, it's not very Canadian at all.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Canadians apologize all the time, even when they don't need to apologize.
Yeah.
They apologize. They apologize for apologizing,
Yeah.
and those Canadian geese didn't do any of that.
said,
I tell Joel to shut up on
Yeah.
the weekly poll, and he apologizes to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize for talking. My bad. Trying to host a conversation.
do you just say sorry? You mean sorry? Sorry.
Come on, man. Say sorry, right?
Say like a real person.
It's like
Yeah.
a real person.
If you guys are wondering, just so you know, for the YouTube video, we got peoples, but the peoples on the YouTubes.
The people's on the YouTube.
The people's in the YouTubes.
YouTube.
We are streaming this live now. Every Thursday morning, we're filming ourselves recording these and the discussions. Hence why the room is totally different.
Yeah.
Because we're actually in our Twitch live streaming room to film this
Yep.
because
Yeah.
it's soundproofed, and that is pretty much the only way to get all the web cameras pointing at us.
Yeah, it would have been. It would
Right.
have. It would have been like talking in an echo chamber if we were sitting out there.
Yeah.
It's not sound treated, so.
Right.
Yeah.
It works for having microphones, but
Yeah.
for the sake of the podcasting and like live streaming, it just wouldn't work out there. So
Yeah.
we're trying this out.
You kind of rough.
So yeah, if you want to see it live, Thursday mornings.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's go with the base bears because Rob and I discussed. There's a few rules to this removal of Batman situation
Okay.
we need to go over
Okay.
first. Okay.
What's that?
First off, we have to treat it as if like DC wants to do this, like they actually want to do this.
Yeah.
So Batman's dead and gone, but
Okay.
being that Batman is their biggest seller, he's now, and let's say they do this, and they still could possibly do this, but let's say he gets killed off at the end of Metal, and they're like, we're going to do a year without Batman.
Yeah. So like no one replaces him.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
like it's not like when Bane broke his back and John Paul Valley replaced him,
Right.
or when he was killed by Timeless Place by Darkseid and Dick Grayson replaced him.
Right.
There's
Okay.
no one replacing Batman.
Okay.
Batman is gone. They've said that is what they're doing for a year. The storylines will reflect the missing of Batman, but there's no Batman books. And they come out, they come right out and they say,
Okay.
it'll be a year or 2 years. Like they'll give maybe a vague, but within a year to 2 years, Batman will return.
Yeah.
They're not trying to
Okay.
fake you out,
Right.
like what they did with Marvel did with Logan, where they're like,
Yeah.
Wolverine's dead. we're never bringing him back
Yeah.
until our sales go down.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
gone until another movie comes out, and then he comes back. Wow.
So the rules
Okay.
are they've clearly said he is coming back.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about the switcheroo or
Yeah.
the Batman's gone, but he's not. None of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So the discussion now is, I want to get your point of view on this first because you were
Okay.
out there when we did the initial discussions
Yeah.
and you had to get some work done. What do you think the landscape of DC would look like without? Batman is so important. We just had an event where 7 evil Batmen showed up.
Yeah, and they're awesome. They're so badass.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And all their
they're-
powers are like bat themed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool.
Someone's
Like-
blind?
No, but like you have like
That's my
Batman who
power.
stole the Flash's powers.
Right.
But when he
okay.
runs, instead of there being electricity, it's
Yeah.
bats that are like behind him.
Do they stay permanently? Is he just spawning bats?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't know. They're there because they make people old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's a lot of bats.
So he spawns bats that make people old.
Okay.
And no,
Okay.
I don't know how it correlates.
Right.
Maybe that also makes them blind.
Okay. Yeah, maybe in a roundabout way. I don't think bats are actually blind, but that's a side topic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are bats blind, Rob?
Never really looked into it.
I don't know. I think we.
I assume they are.
Rob, you know everything.
I don't know.
I do.
You're the one above all.
I am the one of all. Bats are blind. I have decreed
All of
here.
them.
All of them. All bats are blind. It has been
Okay.
decreed, therefore it is now truth.
Yes.
Go forward and spread the gospel of bat blindness.
So
Okay.
So it's a landscape without Batman in its entirety.
Okay, right.
There is no situation where Gordon took over and
Yeah.
Bruce was around. Like he's dead. We
Oh, I forgot about that New 52.
Yeah.
That DCU, yeah.
but they still
Right.
but we knew he was there. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like we got rid of Batman.
Right.
Bruce
Well, no,
was still
no,
around.
no.
We
We
knew
thought he was dead until they released that one shot as a prelude to Convergence. And
No.
then they were like, no, the one
They
shot
showed
had,
him
like-
at the end of the first Gordon book. It was the same thing they did with Superior Spider-Man.
Oh,
when they
that's
killed
right.
Spider-Man, and at the end of the first book, they're like, the ghost of Peter Parker!
Yeah, he was locked in his own mind. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
But like they
Okay.
didn't want to fake you out too long, so
Yeah, that was kind of weird, but
we're
makes
talking
sense.
dead.
Like not a cop out.
Not a cop
not a
out,
cop
Not
not
a-
lost
yeah.
his memory.
Yeah.
Not like he is dead, and
Yeah.
they'll
Not,
come
not
back.
like a
some-
bat coma or
No,
whatever.
they
yeah.
literally buried him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone.
He's gone.
right. Because what we're looking for is how would the DC universe reflect that?
Okay.
Batman going missing, because that's what kind of kicked me in the butt about the Batman going missing thing.
Yeah.
No one seemed to care.
Oh, they did. They were hunting for him.
No,
in the
they
story.
showed up once they because Bruce showed up originally, and they all showed up to see why can't they get Bruce to become Batman again? Because remember we had Superman show up, and we had all the Robins show up.
Yeah.
They all asked him, but there was no like big Batman's dead, Batman funeral.
No, yeah, they did that in Batman, in the Grant Morrison, the Return of Bruce Wayne.
No, I'm saying when he went missing with the Gordon situation.
Oh.
Because that's probably the only
okay.
time we've ever had him gone.
Yeah, no,
for
nobody
a year.
gave a damn.
Yeah.
He was just gone. Yeah, he was like, okay, so like Batman died fighting the Joker, and that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah, and they were like, I guess he's out, you know.
Okay.
And yeah, there was just Jim Gordon who became Batman. Yeah, that was weird.
He became Batman in a robot suit that worked for the city, and he had bunny ears.
Yeah, he did have bunny ears.
When was this?
This was
Like
DC
2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was just recent.
Wow.
DC Comics had this initiative called DCU, where it was creativity over continuity. So you would have Jim Gordon, who replaced Bruce Wayne as Batman in the Batman comics, and then in the Justice League comics, Bruce Wayne was still Batman.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Superman
Yeah, it
lost
was-
his powers.
okay.
Superman lost his
Superman
powers.
was depowered.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
what
He was
did
still
what did-
strong and could jump.
Right.
He was basically. I was thinking more about that. We'll go back to the Batman topic in a minute. But I was thinking more about the Superman depowered. They pretty much depowered him to Golden Age.
That's exactly what it
That's what I'm
was.
saying. Yeah,
'cause
because
people
he
were
could
building-
originally just jump. And he
Right. He
couldn't
could
fly,
still
yeah.
stop bullets, but he just wasn't God tier.
Yeah, it was
Right.
insane how powerful he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
In the defense of DC on that one, I think that could have worked better because I liked a lot of those stories. The costume ruined it.
Oh, I love the jeans and the shirt.
He had just had a jeans and a
Oh, I
t-shirt.
love that. Yeah, it was a Superman T-shirt, and it was well. The idea was he had
Right.
gone to the Fortress of Solitude,
Okay.
and it rejected him, and it tore off the costume he had.
Okay.
And so he just
Because
like
the New 52 costume was Kryptonian battle armor
Yeah.
instead of a costume.
yeah
Okay.
So it was like linked to that.
Yeah, so he ended
Gotcha.
up going to stop at a gas station. He even got a Harley at one point. So he's like riding down the countryside on a motorcycle in jeans and a black Superman T-shirt with the Superman logo on it. It actually looked cool. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it
I
initially.
enjoyed it.
I wish that he had gone back to a version of the suit.
So
Yeah.
he couldn't get tattoos then. I'm just imagining him with like a motorcycle and
Yeah.
that whole thing, and he's trying to get tattooed, and it just isn't happening.
Like,
No.
sir, I don't know what's going on. Our machine must be broken. What makes you say that? Well, because it starts smoking every time it touches your skin.
Yeah, yeah. So it doesn't have his heat vision, so he can't I don't know,
Give himself tattoos?
give himself or something.
That's
yeah.
the story I want to read.
Yeah. Yeah.
Superman gives himself a tattoo.
Sets
You
up
know
a bunch
what,
of
Lois?
mirrors and like reflectors and
Lois,
stuff.
I think I would look excellent with your name tattooed across my arm.
It's impossible.
Around a rose.
Around-
All right,
He's
yeah.
just got the rose.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it to myself. I'm going to take Gary's idea. So I've lined up these mirrors. And I'm going to shoot my lasers off the mirrors.
Yeah.
And
tattoo.
give myself a tattoo.
Tattoo.
That's the most Superman thing ever.
Yep. Yep.
Could you? But
He had
here
a
would be the
slow
best
day.
moment ever, though. He does it, and it's like, oh, tattoos hurt.
That's what pain is.
Tattoos are not a good idea. I do not
I've
like you.
changed my mind. To celebrate you, Lois, I have a brief mark on my arm.
That would be hilarious.
All right, so
All right,
let's
yeah.
go back to our topic. DC's gotten rid of Batman for a year.
Okay.
Well,
It's
honestly,
they've said it. They've definitively said he's
Okay.
gone. No background stories. We're going to deal with it. So, how do you think, as the just general passerby cover reader guy, whose biggest exposure
what-
to comics is pretty much this?
Yeah, this and movies and TV shows and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I think DC would do really well. I think a lot of their other heroes and all of their other comics would probably there'd be more focus on them. I mean, you're basically taking Batman off the market. You're not even making Batman comics.
Right.
That's a lot of resources and energy and creativity that can be poured into all these other comics.
Let's take it one step further.
Okay.
DC's whole A Year Without Batman initiative in the DC universe, they also don't publish merchandising. They cancel all the toys for a year. They remove Batman from
Period.
circulation for a year.
in every
Okay.
form, marketing and comics and the whole 9 yards. Wow. I mean, well, one, you're talking about. I mean, they would sacrifice a huge percentage of the market share,
Right.
just on Batman.
Yes.
I mean,
yes,
that's
they
that's-
would.
Could you imagine the Batman sales on merch when it came back a year later?
That's
Yes.
see to me.
And
That's
how
why I
much
think it would
Batman
pay
merch
off.
would spike right before
Yeah,
the
because
official...
people don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know if they'll do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they
Exactly.
might do this again. They
That's
might
why
do
I
it with
think it
another
would
hero. One of your other heroes might be knocked out for like a year or two.
But see, they did that in 1992 with the death of Superman.
Right.
They were like, we're going to kill Superman off. Now, they didn't tell people he was going to come back.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right.
They killed him off and then brought
How
him
long
back.
did
like
that last?
About 6 months to a year.
6 months to a year.
Yeah.
It
And
came
they-
back pretty quickly,
Okay.
It did. And they had this interim series called The Reign of the Superman.
which is
Yeah,
dumb.
which
but we're not doing
I got the summary of that from Benny like
Yeah.
a while ago.
Okay.
So
So we're not
yeah.
doing Reign of the Superman. Like, we're literally doing no one picks up the Batman mantle. Now,
Yeah.
like, how they kill him off will be the determination on how they handle it. I do like your idea of saying that, like, they focus on other characters.
Right.
I think it should be like the first month of publications is like the mourning phase.
Yeah.
So like the first, like, everybody gets a one shot after the death of Batman, and it shows how each individual hero and or group is dealing with it, but it also highlights their character. So if you're Green Lantern, it's look, we're gonna have our own little mourning phase for Batman, and they're off in space or doing something to highlight what Green Lanterns can do.
Green Lantern would make a construct of Batman to
That's-
talk through his grief.
Dude, that would be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be
either that-
amazing.
Either that,
Yeah.
or they would tell their stories of Batman, and they would use their constructs to show the story.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
yeah, something like
The
that.
four Green Lanterns sit
Yeah.
around and talk about how they
Yeah.
met Batman
That's exactly
and
yeah.
acted it out.
Yeah, that would be cool. See, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be cool. Now
Because-
I have a thought though. So the Joker would never actually kill off Batman, right?
He did.
No.
He didn't.
He did.
He
They
did.
both died together
Well-
at the end of New 52.
No, okay, but
Was that-
it was technically. It
I'm
wasn't
going
the
somewhere
Joker-
with this, by the way.
Well,
So
it wasn't
answer
the Joker
question,
really
yeah.
willing to do it. It was the Joker needed the Dionysium and like the substance that could basically heal him and
Right.
keep his life going on, and Batman denied him that.
Okay.
So Batman kind of forced the two into a situation where they were basically fighting to the death.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Joker wanted to live, but Batman wouldn't
Yeah.
let him.
Okay. Well, I'm just
Okay, yeah,
imagining.
if you're talking about directly
Yes.
killing him, no.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. I can imagine the Joker just going into this deep depression because Batman's gone and he has nothing left to do.
Didn't they
That-
tell that story in something?
Did they?
There's a story called "What Happened to the Cape Crusader," and
Okay.
it's supposed to be Batman dealing with the fact that no matter what happens, he will always have to come back as Batman. It's an amazing story.
Okay.
But in it, you get to see various people dealing with how Batman died,
Hmm.
and I'm pretty sure in that storyline, the Joker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one explores the Joker thing because there's also another storyline where the Joker and Batman both died, and without anyone else, the Joker just kind of like became normal.
Yeah, I'm
totally
imagining
sane.
like that he would just kind of shut down a little bit. And,
I mean,
like,
I would
he
want to
wouldn't-
see. I would
Yeah.
want to see a story where the Joker goes into a depression.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
just not
Dan
motivated.
nodded his head. Dan, come here for a second. Say it on the mic. Because if you talk over there,
Yeah.
then we're pulling the off-camera Gary thing, and it doesn't work with Dan. It only works with the Gary.
Yeah.
Basically, it was a story where I think it was what happened to the Cape Crusader, and he becomes Joseph Kerr, and he has like a wife and everything, and he becomes a completely sane person because he doesn't have Batman to challenge him in any way. So he just becomes a regular person.
Huh.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That was the Joseph Kerr storyline. I don't know what it's called, but it's not in the What Happened to the Great Crusader. Yeah.
But that would be interesting to me.
Yeah, it would.
But yeah, I would say every character, every team would get a one-shot morning issue.
Right. So okay, let's explore that real quick. How would each of them do it?
Okay.
Because Green Lanterns, I love that idea.
Yeah.
How would the Flash do it?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how you want to play it off. I mean, does it want to be like? Do you want the entirety of these one-shots to be a collection of in memoriam
Yeah.
for Batman?
Yeah.
Has to
And
be.
so, like,
that would be-
Batman's
yeah,
dead.
exactly.
Batman is dead. We know he's coming back,
Yeah.
but the DC universe doesn't.
Yeah.
He's dead.
I can imagine each issue opening with them walking away from a funeral that they've set
Yeah.
up for him.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And their individual issue just follows them that day.
Yeah.
What? Okay, I got an idea for the Flash.
Okay.
He goes back in time, drops the costume, chats with Bruce Wayne as Barry Allen about the loss of a friend.
Doesn't even try to bring him back to the future or
No,
warn him or
no.
anything.
He goes back to talk to Bruce Wayne. He finds Bruce
Oh,
Wayne,
yeah.
and as Barry Allen talks to him about the loss of a friend.
Doesn't say who it is.
Doesn't say who it is, just Barry Allen.
That's amazing.
That's
'Cause
pretty
that
brilliant.
wouldn't break the
That's
timeline at
pretty
all.
brilliant. Yeah. I actually slightly got chills.
yeah.
I did. I really did.
He's really the only guy who can time travel.
Yeah.
So I could
Yeah.
see him doing that.
Yeah.
That would be a beautiful comic if it's done. If it's Joshua Williamson.
Yeah.
hell
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It would be insane. It would be it'd be.
He goes back. He just like he
Incredible.
dyes his hair or something. And he just says, my name's Bob, and I just lost a friend, and I just need someone to talk to.
Well, it could
And
be,
you
it could
and you
be
look like you
before-
know how to deal with loss.
It could be before Bruce and Barry ever met.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you go
yeah.
back to before
Okay,
that.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that he's just
Yeah, he
Barry
doesn't
Allen
know who he
talking to
is.
Bruce because Bruce is well known for losing his parents.
Yeah.
I just lost someone really important to me, and I know
Right.
you know how to deal with loss. Could you help me with this? And the issue is just them talking.
Yeah. That would be insane, man. Bruce Wayne in the past helping Barry Allen get past the death of Bruce Wayne in the future. Dude, that would
That's
be a
amazing.
beautiful comic.
Yeah, it would.
That would be
cool.
beautifully done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Okay. Well, how do you guys think Superman would handle it?
He would etch the bat into the moon
You think
as
so?
like a memorial
I could
to
see that.
That's a
The
giant-
as a
ultimate
memorial
bat signal.
Yes, the
Yeah.
ultimate bat signal forever there.
the world will never forget Superman or Batman.
The world will never forget Batman. Didn't they do that in a movie somewhere where they like etched Pepsi into the moon?
Oh,
Like, wasn't that a movie?
I think that was a movie.
they etched
I
Pepsi
can't
into the
remember.
moon.
I can't remember
Oh,
what it
that
was.
Idiocracy? Is that what it was?
I think it was.
I think maybe it was Idiocracy. I just have this image in my mind of like the Pepsi logo being etched into the moon.
Yeah, so people would always remember.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could see him doing that, or he would be like, I'm taking Gotham City under my wing, and I'll protect both Gotham and Metropolis.
But he does it in the bat suit.
Oh.
That would be cool.
But doesn't that technically sort of bring back Batman?
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
you're
that's
right.
true. That does bring
Yeah.
back Batman.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, he wouldn't.
Okay. he wouldn't do that.
He could do it like they did in the first. Okay, so the first time that Batman Beyond appeared in DC Comics,
Right.
when they were rolling him over from the show, it was a story where Metropolis had been flooded with kryptonite radiation by Lex Luthor, and Superman couldn't get in. And so what was happening is criminals were just like vanishing out of thin air, just disappearing.
Right.
And he ended up finding out that because Superman can't walk around Metropolis, he would like fly in for a brief second.
While
And
he could.
Yeah, he could see everything that was going on, and he would
Right.
fly in for a second, grab a criminal, and whisk him away.
Okay.
And it was just like
Before it had a chance to like affect
yeah,
him,
before it had a
right?
chance to affect him, and it was really cool. He was becoming like a really dark and brooding
Okay.
character.
So how does that fit into the
Well, no,
scenario?
I'm saying
Like,
that's
what
how he
happens
would-
in Gotham?
that's how he would Gotham,
He's
yeah,
busy in Metropolis, and he's just
Yeah.
like, hang on,
Yeah. Well, no,
Oh, I heard
just,
something in Gotham.
just a second.
I mean, in terms of him, but
Right.
the other half though, I think it would stand better and be more significant if it's like Superman in Gotham City, like with the trunks and the
Yeah.
cape and the
Okay.
suit and the whole nine.
With
yards.
the loss of Batman, Superman decides to bring Gotham into the light.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
Superman so you have Superman flying
Right.
around as Superman in Gotham.
Batman's rogue gallery would give up.
Yeah,
If they were no longer
Yes.
facing Batman,
That's what I'm saying. They would all just miss Batman.
like
all the
Poison Ivy would be
criminals
like,
would be
I'm
like,
done.
I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad
Yeah.
Hatter's like, Dink. Oh, that didn't work. I'm out.
I'm out.
I mean, the Joker,
Yeah.
I think the Joker would see it as more of a new and interesting challenge, but that kind of begs the
But
question.
he'd be in mourning right now.
Yeah,
With the loss of Batman.
he would be.
He's
I could see
just
a year later
sitting
he'd
in
come
front
back.
of the TV,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
I mean, that would
watching
be,
Wheel
that'd
of
be the
Fortune.
question, though. Like,
The Joker's
Just-
he's in slippers in a robe watching Wheel of Fortune,
Eating
just
cereal and beer.
depressed.
eating cereal and beer. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got a Bud Light on one side. It's not even a Bud Light. It's that cheap Natty Light.
yes,
It's like
exactly.
really shitty beers.
He's
It's
got
Yeah.
a six pack, just a
Yep.
six.
Just pouring it in his cereal.
Yeah, he's got Milwaukee's best here. He's pouring into cereal. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love your idea.
Okay,
Superman
great.
shows
I
up,
love
it's
your
on the
idea.
news, Superman's gonna bring Gotham into the light, and Joker's just like, what they fucking do?
Yeah. He's not Batman. I don't care. Yeah, I think I like the idea that Gotham City itself would kind of like reflect on Batman and say, yeah, sure, crime was pretty, but like with Batman, Batman not being here, what's it going to be like now? So I kind of
Right.
like your idea, like you don't know what you have until it's gone.
Yeah.
So I can see them kind of, memorializing Batman in the form of a statue. I
Right.
think Superman doing it's kind of cool, but
Yeah.
I would
I can see Superman doing the moon thing though that he brought up.
yeah, doing a bat
Yeah.
insignia on the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that seems kind of on the
That's what I
nose,
see.
though,
That's what I see
doesn't it?
Superman
Right.
doing. They're best friends. I don't see Superman having to work through his grief in the same way.
Yeah.
In as much as he
No,
would
not at
prefer
all,
to
yeah.
memorialize his friend
Yeah.
and then
Celebrating the
check
life of
on
Bruce
his
Wayne.
family, check on Damian,
Yeah.
check on
Yeah.
Dick, check on Alfred.
That would be the question to ask: is like, how would those guys deal with it?
Well, let's finish most of the leaguers. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
So Wonder Woman. I think she would do like an Amazonian bonfire memorial of her own, and I think that would be the end of it.
she would give
she
him
would-
a warrior's funeral.
Right. She would not emote. I don't think at all.
I don't think
Yeah.
she'd
Yeah.
mourn.
No.
I think
Yeah. I mean,
She-
I could see her on. She'd be like in like South America somewhere, and like it would be like I'm going to give Bruce Wayne like a traditional like Amazonian warrior's
Right.
funeral,
and like for
that
her,
would be it.
that would be the mourning. That would be the
yeah.
end of it.
Yeah, that
and
would
she'd
be it.
move on.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I agree.
I like that idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I don't see her
Cyborg-
struggling with it for a while.
Cyborg probably wouldn't be able to do anything because he'd be guarding the watchtower. So while everybody else is memorializing
Cyborg is in the watchtower watching
Right.
all the monitors at the
Yeah.
other memorials.
the other memorials. When do I
one
get to
tier.
do my memorial?
Just
man?
one tier. Yeah.
a
Just
tier.
the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, if I'm going to be honest with you,
Oh,
I'd kinda
now
like-
you're gonna be. Have you been lying this whole time?
I've been lying this whole time. Honestly, I would kind of like to see a portion of what future Tim Drake saw happening coming to fruition in the whole like fall of the Batman.
Yeah, everyone trying to take up the mantle.
Well, no, everybody walking, like people walking away.
Well, that's why I think we like that. I think let's say Batman did die at the end of Metal. I think right now Nightwing would stay Nightwing in Bloodhaven, checking it on Gotham. I think Damian would move on to be just Robin. He wouldn't try and take over the mantle yet.
Yeah, they would disband.
Because Damian definitely has always deemed himself needing to earn it. He's never been like, I am Batman. He's been like, I am going to become Batman.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. And I could see him fiercely trying to take down anybody who tries to become Batman.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
If an imposter
Yeah.
does show up,
Yep. Yep.
he just starts trying to beat them down.
Yeah, and like you have to give this up. If there were any kind of like factions that rose up in Gotham where we're the Batmen, I could see Damian be like, no, you're
take
not.
them out.
Yeah,
You're
he
not.
would just take them all out and be like, no,
Yep.
nobody's Batman
Yep.
until I say you become
Right.
Batman.
And Red Hood, I just see moving on with what he's doing.
Yeah, I see Jason Todd just kind of. Honestly, I see Jason Todd just spending time with the Trinity, the Dark Trinity.
Yeah.
And that's it. Batgirl would probably go back to just being an information broker.
No, I can see her carrying on. I can see her carrying on the Bat person name in Gotham. Her and Batwoman.
I mean, I can see her doing it in Burnside.
Burnside's in Gotham.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's a
isn't
side
it?
of Gotham.
That's right. Yeah, it is.
It's the hipster
Yeah,
side of Gotham.
yeah,
It legit
yeah.
is. There's a hipster
really
side of
getting that.
Gotham
Oh,
with
okay.
all the technology, and that's where Batgirl resides.
Like
Oh,
you
okay.
think it's like Bloodhaven, where it's like a totally separate city.
No, I think they just have like a
across the
river disconnecting them,
Yeah.
while like Bloodhaven's like a different city.
Yeah.
Burnside's just like over the river's the hipsters.
Yeah.
It's Boulder.
That's the folks.
Yeah,
Like,
it's Boulder.
Yeah, it's Boulder. Yeah.
like, hey Batman, how come you never in Burnside? Because I beat up all the hipsters.
I don't like their
Batgirl's-
coffee.
I don't like their coffee.
I actually could see, to be honest, I could see Batwoman. I could see Batwoman and Damian Wayne coming to blows. Because Batwoman's the most militarized member of the Bat
Yeah.
family, even more so
Okay.
than Bruce Wayne himself.
Okay.
And I could see her like going with her father, like going to her dad and saying, "Okay, fine, we need the Batman, like the rise of the Batman, the colony, whatever it is."
Yeah.
Because there was a story recently.
Well, I was gonna say that's what I think would happen with Tim. Because if we're saying that this is gonna take place at the end of Metal, That means the colony, Tim's whole belfry, that whole thing is still going. Tim has like an initiative to turn the city of Gotham into an automated system.
Yeah.
I could see Tim just going into his own depression and just trying to perfect that.
Yeah.
And Stephanie needing to pull him out of it.
No, I could see it ending. See, but that's the other thing. It could go the other way. If there were any one person I would see carrying on the mantle of Batman without being Batman, it would be Tim Drake.
Yeah.
Like we're going to do this for Batman's honor, and like we're going to go through all that stuff.
While Damian goes off the train and like mourn in his own way and keep people from becoming Batman, Tim would be like, we're going to carry on the original idea and mission of Batman, but I don't want to become Batman.
And that I think is how that would play out. That you would have Tim Drake as Robin. You'd have Batwoman, Kate Kane, whatever she is, she would continue being Batwoman.
Yeah.
You would, if they can get Clayface to turn around, which God, I hope they can.
Yeah.
Saddest story ever.
Right.
No, his origin is the saddest story ever.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh dude, yeah, that was tragic, man. And like he just shows up and like spills that stuff all over the chick, and that's how she became. But no,
welcome to Rob Spoils Comics.
if they manage to get Clayface back, assuming they get the original Rebirth Detective Comics roster back, you would have Tim Drake trying to hold it together. You have Kate Kane, who's becoming more and more militarized and probably more and more extreme.
Oh yeah,
to the point that they kind of have to like push her out and kick her out. Clayface would be there. I think Clayface would kind of become disillusioned and just sort of say like, face a kid like you're not Batman. Like
I could see him being the guy that attempts to take the mantle on like he morphs into Batman and tries to do it. In just like a one-off, I'm not talking like permanent role.
Yeah.
He's the guy that inappropriately tries to take the role.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying, like his heart's in the right place.
And like Damian beats him down, they discover it's Clayface, Tim and Batwoman kind of step in at that point.
Yeah, I could see that being the thing that like pushes Clayface away.
Yeah, and then he steps away. Yeah,
he's like,
that would be hit.
Like
if we did the Belfry family, the Detective Comics morning issue.
Yeah,
that's what I see happening. I can see Clayface, and you know what? I can see it being like a subconscious thing. He doesn't even know he's doing it. Like,
no, I could see him willfully doing it.
Yeah, I do too.
Trying to be Batman.
In fact, I see somebody, maybe Tim Drake or somebody, like stopping him and just talking him down from being Batman, and then you just see this like slow morph back into Clayface. Yeah. Like I'm giving it like, okay, I'll move on.
Like I don't see it being like a big thing. Like we're not gonna have the fake Batman for a year.
No,
I see it being an issue.
Yeah, and even then, like Clayface could be the vector that you use to like force people to realize that Batman's not coming back. Because say they went to the route of like being in denial. Where they're like, well, I mean, he'll come back. Like Bruce always comes back, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's like Clayface is like, look, like all we have to do is hold down the fort until Bruce Wayne comes back. It'll be fine. And then whether it's Tim Drake or somebody, it's like, but he's not coming back.
Right.
And like Clayface kind of going back to his normal self is like everybody finally realizing Bruce Wayne's not coming back.
Yeah.
What character do you think in the DC universe would be the one in denial over it?
Catwoman.
Catwoman, do you think?
I think so.
Because if it happened right now, right on the verge of them being married, I'm just saying someone in the DC universe is going to be playing that card. Everyone comes back. Like, why do you guys even care?
Yeah. Or if it wasn't Catwoman,
or Damian, I could see Damian that being his attitude.
I could see it being the Joker.
Oh, actually, wasn't that his attitude? When Bruce went missing for the Jim Gordon thing, that was Damian's attitude.
Maybe the Joker.
My father always comes back.
Yeah.
I can also see the Joker side of things, though. Like he's. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, man.
He starts getting over his depression a little bit because he thinks that if he starts causing havoc again, Batman's going to return and stop him.
I could
so
that's
and there are all these crimes that just never get stopped, and he's like, "What's going on?"
Could you see how sad that would be, though?
Yeah.
He kills multiple people, but he's never really wanted to. Batman's always supposed to stop him, and he watches people die, and he's like, "Where's Batman? You're supposed to stop me.
Right.
Yeah, this isn't supposed to happen. You're supposed to stop me."
Yeah.
Well, that'd be one of those. That would be a good movie. Because you can see like the tragedy in the Joker's eyes. Like he genuinely believes Batman's gonna come back.
Right.
But like you ever see a movie called The Pledge?
No.
With Jack Nicholson? Jack Nicholson is a cop who's sworn to stop this criminal. And he swears, he makes like a promise to a family, like a pledge to a family. I'll stop this criminal, I'll catch them. And the criminal ends up being killed in a car wreck. Like when like Jack Nicholson sets on this huge stage.
I saw that. That is so good.
Yeah, and the criminal gets killed in a car wreck, and Jack Nicholson keeps believing the criminal's gonna come. Like they're gonna be there. Like he'll show up, and he just kind of becomes this crazy drunk guy.
Right, he does. Wow. He doesn't. He thinks the criminal's still out there, and he got away.
Yeah,
and he's trying to track him down.
Wow.
But the criminal's just. And it wasn't like he was like a John Doe. Like they didn't even know he died. He just died.
Yeah, it was just a guy who died. Yeah, because nobody knew the identity of.
He's just chasing smoke now.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But he doesn't know he is. That's the
right.
And that's how I can see that with the Joker. It'd be more tragic because we would know, and I think it would be even more tragic because on some level the Joker would have to know.
Yes.
Like Batman's not coming back, but he still holds out hope that he is.
Right.
Now, the other thing about that is I can see Joker becoming more violent about it and just like believing Batman is alive and just going on a spree, like torturing people, killing people.
Right. Yeah.
Like, tell me where the Batman is. Like, tell me where Batman's at. Like, I want to know. And those two ideas could go hand in hand in terms of the kind of crimes he commits. But yeah, like, I think Joker would be the one to be the most in denial about the death of Batman.
Yes.
It'd either be Joker or going back on what I said about Jason, I could see Jason doing it.
You think so?
Batman, well, because in the new timeline, Jason was brought back by the Lazarus pits and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So I could see him being like, I was brought back.
Bring
Bruce
Batman
can
back.
come back.
Yeah.
And him trying to find a way to bring Bruce back as a way to repay him for helping him like redeem himself and stuff.
I could see his one shot being that kidnapping the body of Bruce, the corpse of Bruce Wayne.
Dude, that could be a side plot in itself. Where is the body of Bruce Wayne?
Where's the body of Bruce
It goes
Wayne?
missing.
Yeah. And like Jason Todd has it, and they all show up and they're like, "But this is not what Bruce would want.
Yes,
He would not want to come back from
let
the
him
Lazarus
rest
pit."
finally,
Yeah,
Jason.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Jason like standing over the pit with him, holding him there like I have to save him.
Yeah.
He failed me and then redeemed me. I have to save him. And then like Alfred being like, let him rest finally, son.
Actually, okay, you bring up Alfred. Alfred would have the hardest time. Like
I agree. I was
Yeah.
actually just going to say, I think
Yeah.
we would go several issues with all these different heroes. Everybody's mourning. Everybody's
And Alfred
dealing
walks
with
him
it.
through it.
No.
No.
No
I
one
think-
talks to Alfred.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. I can
one-
imagine
yeah.
nobody checks on him.
Nobody checks on Alfred. Nobody
Nobody-
asks how Alfred's doing.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be the most tragic story.
Yes, it would.
See, I was thinking Alfred helps everyone through it, and then they all leave him thinking he's fine. He helps them,
Right.
and
Yes.
he breaks
Okay, I
down
like
the
that.
most.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
okay,
that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he helps everybody else, but no one stops to help Alfred.
Yes.
Yeah,
No one. stops
nobody
to
even
help
thinks
Alfred.
about it because he's
Right.
not a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not. You know.
He
Under,
helps
He's not in the
Superman.
spotlight.
Oh, you want to do something in a memorial? Well, Gotham's
Right.
already making the statue. You don't have to do anything for Bruce, and or maybe the Bat. It gives everyone the ideas.
Dude, I could see Alfred being the one to do that, to show up on the doorstep of like the League of Assassins, and just being like, "I need you guys to bring Bruce back," and like Talia al Ghul or somebody like that, or even Ra's al Ghul. It's just like this astronomical sign of respect, just being like, "We will not desecrate the corpse of Bruce Wayne
yeah.
by putting him in the Lazarus."
Quite
pit."
a bit of the chat is
Yeah.
bringing this up, so I'm just going to mention something from the Twitch chat real fast. The fact that Alfred would outlive his son, basically.
Oh, that would be so tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be crushing.
Yeah. That's
Jesus,
rough.
dude, I would cry if I read that Alfred story.
Could you imagine?
Oh my
and then Alfred going back through being like, I helped him get to this.
Yeah.
I helped him become Batman.
What if?
Yeah, I'm
so,
responsible
okay,
for him dying.
So,
Yes.
really blind question here. Has Alfred ever had his own comic,
No.
his own issue?
No,
I think.
Yeah.
he's had issues. We've gone into his past. He's from MI6 and stuff.
Okay. Is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
we focused on, like, we've had stories, like, we've had Batman comics that have focused
Right.
on the history of Alfred.
So I think there should just be a one-hit Alfred
one-shot?
comic, a one-shot Alfred comic during that year or two where Bruce is dead.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would just, the death of
that would be
Batman,
such a
Alfred
collector's
#1.
item too.
Yeah, oh, it would. Dude,
Yeah.
that comic, dude, you want to talk about a comic that would sell. Because
Yes.
people love Alfred enough as it is.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you have, like, the death of Batman, Alfred #1. Oh, you're talking about hundreds of thousands of copies.
Yes.
It would
yeah.
blow up on the shelf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done the major superheroes. You could even do a couple other spin-offs, some of the more bigger lines, see how they would
Right.
do with it. We've done the major superheroes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first month of Batman's Dead is gone.
Yeah.
The memory rooms are gone, and then DC's going to stick to this like we're moving forward.
It's hard to
Yeah.
believe we've only talked about the first month so far.
Well, I think
the first
I think the
week.
next 11.
first-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
because the
rough.
first month would be the most interesting in my opinion.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
So, what would DC do next is the question. Okay, so they got to keep going with this. Like Batman is dead. We said we're doing it for a year,
Right.
so we can't have stories focused on Batman for a year.
Yeah.
So where would the DC universe go? What would you do with the DC universe without Batman for 1 year guaranteed? And you're not supposed to focus on Batman. We can't.
Yeah,
you could
it can't all
do
be-
the hunt for Batman's body thing. That I think that would be a cool
Could you do
miniseries,
could you
but
do like a war for the cloak and cowl?
see that would focus on Batman again.
Yeah, but
Right.
see,
The whole
that's
idea of this
yeah.
DC experiment that we've created for them is how would they handle no Batman?
Because they can't just focus on Batman for a year.
Yeah.
Because what's the point in getting
Right.
rid of him? Yeah.
Hunt for the
Yeah.
cow, hunt for the body. I mean, there's a number of stories we
Right.
could do that would be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
You keep doing stories the way you have, but what you do are these small little tidbits here and there. Like small little things, like the Justice League meets, but there's always one chair that always sits empty, and they
Right.
never fill it.
Yeah, you can
Just-
always have those little
just-
atrocities that
but-
there's
but-
something
Right.
missing from the DC universe.
It would be small stuff like that, or you would have a segment where you would have like a character who's doing something, the news is in the background, and like the news is just like 1 month since the death of Batman.
Yeah.
Like small little things here and there, but I would say business would go on as usual.
I think
Well,
so.
I was just thinking, you know what would be good for the Justice League comics? Turn it into a pseudo comedy. every issue for the next 11 issues is someone trying out to be the 7th member to replace Batman.
You just
on
sprinkle
the
it in
league.
there once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
yeah.
I don't. I mean,
Like Green Arrow comes to try out, but they're like, you're way too cocky and nowhere near as
Dude.
smart as him.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you would have to have some humor in there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like the most depressing year in
Yes.
comics ever.
It's true.
The entire year is just everyone mourning for
Yeah,
a year.
just moping and being
So
sad.
the Justice League book, turn it into the hunt for the 7th.
Yeah, and at the end, the whole
It
idea
can be
is
just
at the
11
end-
one-shots tying into an overarching story
Yeah.
of the League fighting something, but every issue,
Right.
kind of like Green Arrow just did that, Hard Traveling Hero.
Oh yeah.
Every issue he went to someone else's town, and it was a team-up issue.
Yeah.
But you
Okay.
do that with the League,
Okay.
where they're
Yeah.
hunting for the 7th, fighting against some big baddie.
Yeah.
You could have
So it's-
jokes like
it's
Lex
like-
Luthor being like, "Well, I'm your obvious choice."
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
It's like a working interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just like, well, let's see how you do in the
Lex Luthor show
field.
up. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Lex, you're gonna come. We're gonna go rescue this planet. Off-world? What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Why would I leave this world willingly? Someone has to protect Metropolis. Superman can't do it. No, I could definitely see that. Yeah, that would have
Yeah.
to have the humor element.
Yeah.
But okay, so like Deathstroke, for example.
What if Deathstroke tried for the League?
That's what I think. Like Deathstroke would be like, I'm every ounce Batman. Like I'm every ounce the man.
He
Batman
literally
was.
shows up like
Right.
because
Yeah.
right now he's trying to be a
Yeah.
good guy. In the Deathstroke
Okay.
comics, he's trying to be a good guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Defiance,
So Batman
yeah.
goes missing. Deathstroke's like,
That's his
I'm your
chance.
obvious choice.
Yeah, I can see Deathstroke trying.
And everyone's
to
like,
take the place.
does anybody want to say no to him? I don't want to say no.
Oh, dude, there's this amazing in Deathstroke's solo series, the first run he got in DC Rebirth. There's this amazing point where he ends up fighting against Superman, and he throws green rocks at him. And Superman thinks it's kryptonite.
Yeah.
And like he catches them and he's just like green rocks and like throws them down. It's hilarious. But
that's
no,
funny.
like it's
The Deathstroke issue I can see being hilarious because he's
Yeah.
trying to be a good guy.
trying to be a good guy, trying to take the place of. I mean, in the end, it would have to come down to nobody can replace Batman.
Right.
Right.
Because
But,
we've
like,
already
yeah.
established it in a year he's coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
So at the end of you're right. At the end of the whole year, it would
Yeah.
have to be no one can replace Batman, but it would
Yeah.
be a fun series of things.
Yeah. I mean, it would. Yeah, I mean, I would say for the most part, business would just kind of go on.
think
And
so.
aside from like these small little pot shots, these small little discussions with Batman or about Batman,
Yeah.
or someone trying to take his place, or like some
I mean, Superman
background
would
thing.
just keep going on with his son.
That would be exactly
Action
it.
Comics would still continue as is.
Yep.
Yeah, and it
Detective
would
could
be-
deal with how the family, the Belfry family, which is
Yeah.
Batwoman, Clayface, Tip,
Right.
how they deal without a Batman.
I mean, there would have to be one issue of Super Sons where like Damian breaks down to Jonathan.
Yeah, and Jonathan
Like,
Jonathan
yeah.
helps him cope with it.
And like you
because
could
I don't
you
think
could do that.
Jonathan would directly care about the loss of Bruce, but he would care about the pain Damian feels.
Exactly. And I would, and that wouldn't be something. I don't think that would happen right off the bat. I think you'd have to flesh out Damian's story in the aftermath of Batman,
Yeah.
the death of Batman. I think you'd have to have a couple issues of Super Sons where like Jonathan pokes and prods and is like, "Hey man, like how are you holding up? Like, do you want to talk about it?" And Damian's constantly like, "No." And then there's that one issue where it's like, "My dad's dead," and like Jonathan helps Damian work
Yeah.
through it, and it doesn't involve
Dude,
Superman.
all
it
of
doesn't
these
involve
issues would
anybody.
be so goddamn
They-
sad.
Yeah, they'd be
They would be.
sad, but they'd
We
be
could call
good,
it the
though.
month of tears in DC
Yeah, the
Comics.
month of tears. But they would be such
think
good stories.
They
though.
would be, and I think you can
Yeah.
add some levity to it. Absolutely.
I think I agree. I think overall, if it isn't a Bat Family title, I think it would be business as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd have their morning issue, and then we just get right back to normal.
Yeah. And
But-
I think you kind of have to segue into where the Bat family goes. I mean, it would have to be like they're all hit hard because they're the closest people to Bruce Wayne. That would be the longest amount of segue you would have from the time that Bruce
Okay.
dies all the way to the time that they begin to get over it.
Yeah.
I'm going to amp this
Yeah.
up even more, this idea.
Okay?
So we've got a year of no Batman, right? A year of no Bat merch. What if the whole Bat family retires for that year?
What do you mean?
What if DC has no Bat-related titles after the morning?
No, I kind of
Who-
like the idea of Bat-related titles being in there.
Well, I mean, I'm just we discussed what they would do, so I'm just
Right.
saying let's amp that up to the next level. If they said you guys say that DC only has Batman, so they get rid of everything Bat-related for a year. So for a year, who would DC focus on?
Superman.
Do you think it'd
and
be Superman popping up
Su-
around,
it
or
would
do you
be
think
Superman, Wonder
I'm
Woman?
thinking the Flash with the popularity that he's gained recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be the other members of the Justice League outside of Batman. It'd be like the 5 core members. So it would be Green Lantern,
Yeah.
Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, some fifth person you could throw in there somewhere.
The Flash.
I thought I said the Flash.
Oh, I thought you missed the Flash.
No, the Flash, Green Lantern, Batman, Superman, or the Flash, Green Lantern, Superman, Wonder Woman. Yeah,
It'd be Cyborg. It'd be the 5th, but
Nobody gives a shit about Cyborg.
that's proven by his comic.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Comics being canceled.
Actually, it got uncanceled.
Really?
It got uncanceled. I got a tweet about it. Someone said they uncanceled it. It's going to keep going.
Wow. Huh. But then then you just focus on those 4. I could see them doing that.
But like maybe each of them gets 3 titles or something now because
Yeah.
the loss of a bat, like you're looking at probably like 9 comics not in print for a year.
Also, don't forget Trinity either. Trinity would get a 1-shot.
Trinity, I think, would close up for a year. Because you can't have the Trinity without Batman.
No, they would be one of the 1-shot comics with like the aftermath of Batman's death.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So Superman and Wonder Woman dealing with Batman being dead. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, just minus, like, subtract the entirety of, like, remove the entirety of the Bat family.
Because for the record, what I'm thinking is if you remove the entirety of the Bat family, when he comes back in a year, imagine the storylines. What did they do?
Okay.
What did they do for the year that Batman was missing?
So then it'd be 52 week is what it would be from Countdown.
But for the Bat family.
Yeah, the missing year. Like, okay. So then I guess my question is, how would you bring him back?
So
I think that's ultimately where this
basically
is
we decided
going.
that
Yeah.
overall
Just how do you
either
bring
the Bat family would be dealing with the Morning, the generalized DC publication line would be focused on most of the Justice League members, try to give them a little bit of spotlight without Batman, and how would we bring him back?
Yeah.
You can't make it a cop out.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was a
you
clone. It was a clone all along.
See, that's-
yeah.
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 You can't clone.
No.
You
You
can't
can't clone.
amnesia.
No.
You can't Lazarus Pit. Let's remove the 3 obvious answers as to
Yeah.
how we would bring back Batman in the Bat family.
Are we talking about... We're talking about DC Rebirth right now.
Yes.
You bring it back through Dr. Manhattan.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because DC Metal ends, and at the end of the year, Doomsday Clock ends, and Dr. Manhattan brought back Batman.
Or Superman asked him to.
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan would have no reason to. And
Dr. Manhattan and
Superman's like-
Superman talk, and they fight. Or they don't fight, whatever they do at the end
Yeah.
of Watchmen. And at the end of the whole thing, the resolution is Dr. Manhattan's going to go back to the Watchmen universe. But he goes, do you want me to do something before you're going? Because it feels like your universe is missing something. And Superman says, my universe is missing Batman.
Yeah, we need Batman back.
And he brings him back.
Manhattan asks why, and he's like, because the world's not the world without Batman. Like we have to have Batman.
We just wrote the
Like,
most incredible year-long
Yes. We
storyline
did.
ever.
Yes, we did.
absolutely.
And we did it in an
Yes.
hour. Like,
Yep.
yeah, you have Manhattan bring Batman back.
Yeah, that would be incredible. That would be the most amazing story. I was gonna say, say something along. I don't remember what I was gonna say now.
You know why I thought about that?
Why?
Because you got Doomsday Clock #1 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was sitting here thinking, I was like, man, you got to find a way to bring the Watchmen into it, or bring either that.
Because if we're doing it in the current timeline, that would make the most sense. Dr. Manhattan brings
Yeah.
him back.
Yeah.
So we have a
It'd be
year
interesting.
without Batman. Dr. Manhattan brings him back. Literally just revives him from the dead.
No, just reconstitutes him.
Yeah, I mean,
Just-
just brings him back.
Yeah. That'd be wild.
Then you have the question of what does Bruce Wayne do? What does Batman do? I'm back. Does he know he was dead? I mean, like, how do you resolve
I would
that?
say, yeah, actually, he knows he's dead, because the closest he ever got to dying and coming back was Return of Bruce Wayne, but he was time displaced. And
Right.
as the story went on, he started regaining his memories.
Right.
So by the time he got into the future, it was kind of weird. At this point, it's basically a missing block of a year from his life.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
I would say they let Alfred be the one to guide him through it all.
Bring him
Like-
back.
like-
what you have missed in the year.
Yeah, what you've missed in a
Okay.
year and all that kind of stuff.
Before we close out
Okay.
the episode, though, I want to bring the gamble even further.
Okay.
God, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
All right.
All right.
This has
I'm
been
curious.
fun. I've had a lot
Yeah.
of fun
Yeah, this has
amping
been
up
great.
the
Yeah.
gamble.
This is
Because if
pretty fun.
DC's doing it, let's say DC decided at the end of the year they were going all in, and they ended the DC universe. That was the next reboot.
To
They
end the
let
universe?
this universe end with Batman gone, and they restarted it again as a New 52 reboot or something like that.
I mean, I don't know why they would do that.
They just let him die. Like, they let him die.
So Batman will never be back until whenever it is along the line, DC decides to reboot again.
Reboot again, yeah.
In 20 years,
They leave him
30 years.
Well, they reboot like every 5 years,
Well,
but
but I'm saying, like,
Well, yeah.
like, there's
So-
we're not
they
giving
do
a
it
predefined
frequent
time.
enough that could be something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like the death of Batman is just kind of the mark of the end times.
It's the
Like,
mark
it's
of
like,
the end of this
yes,
era.
Exactly.
And then a
Okay.
crisis happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
crisis happens.
Crisis
and
on Infinite Batman. I don't know.
I mean, they legit reboot every 5 years. So if you just timed this with the rebooting.
They don't really reboot every 5 years.
They do.
They don't hard reboot. Soft reboot, make adjustments, sure. But
They do. Soft reboot. But I'm saying you could
Yeah.
bring him back in a soft reboot.
yeah, you could. No, I like the idea of I like. The idea
I
of
know. I
Manhattan
do
bringing
like
back
that better. I like that 100% better.
Yeah.
I'm just amping it up even further. This whole gamble that we've forced DC to make in our heads.
So he's gonna stay dead.
Yeah. Do you think? Okay, let's do that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm
What? Let's say,
like that.
drawing a blank.
let's bring up the elephant in the room.
Okay.
DC decided to do that.
Okay.
Do you think DC would survive?
No.
No.
If DC killed off Batman and said he's never going to come back,
And legit meant it?
And legit meant it
Yeah.
until whenever
Yeah.
we reboot, no, because no one at DC has the sales ability as Batman.
Okay.
It would be a slow death, but it would be a death.
It would. Yeah, It would kill the company.
Yeah. I think so.
I said. I mean, I just
So
want
never-
to keep bringing that ante
Yeah,
up.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I do. I 100% love your idea though.
Yes.
Because I
Manhattan
mean,
bringing it
we're
back?
saying kill
Yes.
him in the end of this current event, so metal.
Yeah.
That would 100% make sense if Dr. Manhattan reconstituted him because he was missing from the event.
Or if Manhattan, if Manhattan brought him back of his own accord, and was like
You're
I've literally-
missing this.
Yeah,
It's
you're missing
important.
this. Like I've literally been looking at like everything that makes you guys who you are, and like this is the missing link for what makes your world a better place. And it's like, but Batman, like all he does is he's dark and brooding. It's like, yeah, but Batman
Yes.
never gives up. Like just that
Yes.
kind of a thing. Yeah.
So, and
Unless
I'm,
it's metal.
unless it's metal. Yeah.
And I'm in my own mind, I'm asking the question of what is Bruce Wayne? What does Batman do when he comes back? And I just have this whole scenario running through my mind right now. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So he wakes up, however you want to draw that. He wakes up. He says thank you to whoever's standing there. They say, I don't know if you want to thank me yet. And then they take off. Maybe Superman takes off. He comes back to not Metropolis, Gotham City, and questions whether or not he should, be Batman again because everything seems to be going fine without him. Like crime is being fought. The Justice League was doing all right. Everybody's moved on in a sense. And the real question is, I think, what makes him Batman again? Like, what makes him become Batman again? Is he motivated to become Batman again? And once he finds that motivation, first, answer that question first. I want you guys, what do you think would make him want to be Batman again?
The city needs him.
The city needs him.
I would say he would become Batman again because in his mind, no matter how good Dick Grayson does or Tim Drake does, they'll never be able to do as good of a job as he does because no one knows Gotham like Batman does.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
I think would be
Okay.
That I think would be the
Yeah.
argument.
So it's just a responsibility.
Yeah.
Like I need to be Batman.
I think it'd be one part arrogance,
yeah.
one part responsibility,
Okay.
but also those two things kind of coming together, saying, "But like I've earned that though. Like I've earned the right to be arrogant about how much I know this city, unless it's Court of Owls."
That
So-
or I could see they brought me back because I'm needed in the DC universe, so I need to be Batman. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
And what if nobody knows that the Joker is actually mourning his loss? They think the Joker's just retired. And maybe he sends the Joker this, like, don't become a criminal again message with, like, a batarang in his, bowl of Cheerios or something.
And he just smiles.
And he just smiles and laughs, and that's how the issue ends. He's just laughing.
Just sends the Joker
Yes.
right back into being a criminal again.
Yeah.
DC,
and didn't
we'd
mean
like
to.
a job
Didn't
writing
mean
this story
to.
now, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, please, let the three of us write this story.
Yes.
Like, I'll write it for free. Like let us just as long
Yeah.
as my name, like it's Benny Potter and Gary, whatever your last name is. What's your last name?
Cox.
Cox. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
C-O-X,
and then
by the
Rob
way.
Jefferson. As long as our
Yeah.
three names are on that comic, you don't have to pay me anything.
No.
Like I'll do it.
What
for
a
free.
privilege. What a privilege. Yeah.
Yeah, just be able to write that story. I mean, we'll do the one shots. We'll write the event. Like,
Yes.
we'll write the whole.
You do the filler.
whole event. Yeah, the 1 year long event.
Yeah.
Like we will make that happen.
I think that'd be a brilliant end to his being dead. It was just
because it indicates a couple things.
Yeah.
It indicates that one, of course, Batman's back.
Yeah.
Like two, Batman didn't realize what he was doing with reawakening the Joker. And three, it's back to business as usual.
it is.
Yeah.
Like and so it's like everything's back to a familiarity.
Yeah.
Like that would be solid. Hell yeah, man.
The Joker just gets a batarang in his cereal, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Better. He's just sitting there, legs propped up, Wheel of Fortune,
Yeah.
cereal in his here, beer mug over here, dink,
Yeah. Cereal goes everywhere.
Yes.
What
and
is
he
Yeah.
just smiles.
Yes. And then everybody reading it, they know, like you said, they know business, back to business as usual.
Yeah. And you can
Yeah.
even toy with the idea of some of the people that have been speculating all along that like Batman needs the Joker.
Yeah.
I think so.
Like he's legitimately like Bruce Wayne could sit down and say, I could have said nothing.
Yep.
And Joker never would have known I was back, but like there's just something about the Joker that makes me want to chase him. Like I need the Joker.
I just
And
want
it's
to
kinda
let you know.
Yeah.
Weird.
The
and crazy.
chat on our live feed agrees with you.
Yeah.
They're now saying praise Lord Cox.
Praise the Cox.
Please let's not. I've never been a big fan of my own last name, so
You should never. You should have been like Gary Jefferson.
Yeah.
Last
Gary
name.
Jones.
Gary
my
Jones.
name. Yeah. Gary Schwarzenegger.
So what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments down below what you would do with a year without Batman.
Yeah.
And I apologize for the clickbait title because I already know what I'm naming this.
What are you naming it?
Batman dies in DC Metal.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, watch it turn out Batman dies in like issue number 6. You know. Well, there goes my title. Issue number 6.
Batman dies in DC Metal.
Dude, that video will
It's going to be the
blow up.
most clickbait title. Dylan, as a matter of fact, I want you to put just like a 3-second gap in the beginning. I apologize for the clickbait title.
Yeah.
Watch the video, you'll understand.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
worth watching. We're not BuzzFeed. Like it's worth it. Believe us. Oh man.
Oh,
That's too much.
It's not even wrong, Batman, because that's the whole video.
Yeah.
I could put in what if.
You don't
but
need
no.
to. No, people
Yeah.
won't click on that.
No, they'll click on Batman dies in
Yeah.
DC Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitive. He's dead. Well, I've got to find out how.
Gotta find out.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get so much hate.
Oh shit.
It'll be worth it.
No way, man. Like people will love it. Yeah. People love this kind of stuff. It's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. That's. I mean, hell, dude. I might go home and just outline it in Excel.
Yeah.
Just make an outline of the
not?
whole thing. When this video goes up, just outline it all.
So let us know in the comments down below what you would do with a year without Batman, and also let us know what superhero you want us to remove from the table to do. This was a lot of fun.
this was.
Yes.
Like theory
Yes.
crafting what a comic
Agreed.
company would do.
Agreed. And it's not the usual like this hero versus this hero.
No, I
like
like this.
conversation.
How would they
Who would
deal?
win? Yeah. Yeah.
Give us good ones
Yeah.
though. Don't be like, what would happen if the Question died for a year? No one would know he's gone.
Nobody would
Yeah.
get questions to answers.
Question.
That's not the question.
Nobody would be there.
Do
to
you
ask
really
questions.
think that's the question?
Nobody. Well, I know the question's weird. I know about the history of the question, but it's
No
just
one
like,
would get answers to their question. That's his power.
oh no, yeah, I guess nobody would get questions. No, I said nobody would get questions to their answers. Is what it would be.
Yeah.
People would be like, I have all these
Do you know
answers,
who the
but I don't know how to
question
ask
is?
them. Well, I don't know if it's still Renee Montoya. Here's the question now. But I know the question was originally
He's
just
not
like,
around right now. He's a guy from like the Trinity. They never explained it.
well, the question was originally a guy who was like Batman, but not. He wore a mask.
The
that
guy
hid
who
his
he
face.
originally was is the evil guy in Suicide Squad right now.
Oh, okay.
That's why everyone hates it.
But he basically wore a mask that kept his face hidden, so
Right.
nobody would know what he looked like.
Yeah.
And he was a vigilante at night, and then they changed that up when they made Renee Montoya the question, and then they changed it up in New 52. So
Rube doesn't know the question. All right, guys, let us know in the comments down below. If you are watching this live, we will be continuing playing some games after this. But if you want to know when you can watch this live, every Thursday morning, this went well. I don't see why we wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
But we should be filming these live on Thursday morning so you guys can see it ahead of time.
Yeah.
If you're a subscriber on Twitch, it directly supports us doing this stuff live, and it allows you to watch the video as soon as it's done. You can watch the entirety, because this was a 3.5 hour podcast, basically.
really,
We did
Yeah.
4 gaming topics and an RnBe, plus chatted with them in between.
yeah, we did.
Yes.
God, that's crazy.
So you can
amazing.
go subscribe and get to watch the full 3.5 hours of everything we filmed today.
Yeah, you can.
And we're doing this anyway, so why not do it live?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to see that stuff in the comments down below. I also want to see more hashtag Gary Facts. And let's wrap up this video. If you want to see more Rob, you can find him over at Comics Explained and on Twitter at Comics Explained. If you're watching the RnBe on YouTube, then you know that I am Benny and this is Comicstorian. And Gary doesn't still have anything.
I'm on Twitter now.
Are you?
I'm on
are you?
Twitter.
Nice.
Gary Cam 4. Just look
Gary
it up.
Cam
One word.
4?
Gary Cam 4. It gave me the number 4. It just did it. It just did it.
Gary Cam 4.
Yeah.
Gary-
So yes, I am on Twitter.
What's Gary Cam 1, 2, and 3?
I don't know. It was taken already.
Those are the
Yes.
other-
Yeah.
Those are the 3
Yeah.
Gary Cams. Is what they
Yeah.
are. Yeah. There's
1, 2,
other
and 3.
guys.
I'm 4. I am a camera.
Yeah. So there's 4 of you.
Delete that. That was awful. That was a
that
terrible
was- that was
joke.
cool.
That was okay.
No,
okay.
I
that's
just said
okay.
there, Gary Cam 4.
Okay. There we
Hopefully
go.
you gained at least 5 followers.
Yeah.
Hopefully.